Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So there's been a few things going on behind the scenes recently, so I thought I'd give you a little update on what's been happening and what you can expect to see over the next few months. So, first and foremost, as you may be aware, my uploads have been a bit all over the place up until now. So I've been working on settling into an update schedule for you, an upload schedule rather. The main day of that's going to be Friday evening in the UK, so a little earlier in the day if you're in other parts of the world perhaps. We'll be primarily focusing on the Fallout content for now, so you should be getting at least one Fallout video a week. On top of that, I'm aiming for one midweek upload, so it'll likely be sometime after Monday, but we'll see what happens. It's going to focus on other sorts of content, other games, maybe tips and tricks, stuff like that. The basic aim though will be twice a week, at least until something changes anyway. So what's taken so long getting this in place then? You may be aware, particularly those of you who have a YouTube channel of your own, that running a YouTube channel and creating content takes absolutely ages. Obviously as you get more and more practice, you get better at it, it takes a bit less time, but it does take a big chunk of your time up. You add in full-time work, that sort of thing, and a home life, that doesn't leave you with the right lot of spare time. At least it doesn't leave me with the right lot of spare time anyway. So yeah, as I'm working obviously full-time as well, it's challenging to keep up with things. In the last couple of months, my shift patterns changed around and chopped and changed from week to week, so that's been adding a complication to things, but things are going back to normal now, settling down again, so we should be able to stick to the schedule, I hope. The other big thing that's been causing problems, both with the quality of my videos and with the upload schedule as well, has been that I've been having a few technical issues. Primarily, I'm working with a computer that's not even remotely designed for what I'm asking it to do. It's a bit old, and whilst it does what it was intended to do, which is basically digital artwork for my other half, video editing takes up a lot more of a system draw than that does, so it's a bit of a challenge. The software I had been using, which is Movie Maker if you're curious, also as a free piece of software is rather limited and doesn't make a great use of the available resources. So I was having a great deal of difficulty making cuts and edits, and yeah, something that should have taken 10-15 seconds was taking 10-15 minutes, which you can probably imagine adds up quite dramatically. Since then, over the last few weeks in particular, I've upgraded to a much better piece of software. If you're interested, it's Lightworks, and it's still free, but it's got a lot more to it. It's far more powerful, and most importantly of all for me, it's making much better use of the computer's resources. So editing times are coming crashing down, which is just what I needed. So hopefully we'll be able to get videos out at a higher quality with less time consuming work going on behind the scenes, which should make our upload schedule much more reliable. I'm also working on improving the sound quality, which I hope you've noticed. I certainly have, even if you haven't. I've got Audacity, which is sound editing software, open source. It's really good, and that's helping me clean up my sound a little bit. Both of these things, as they're new to me at the very least, and completely unfamiliar, have quite a learning curve on them. I think it's going fairly well, and hopefully it'll continue to improve. So, what else have I been doing? I've been making a few little changes to the video format. I've noticed I've got a little title sequence in my videos now, and I've put an end slate on as well, which should help draw attention to anything else you might be interested in when you reach that stage. I've been doing a few little bits and pieces that you probably won't even notice, if I've done them right anyway, on the YouTube channel in general. That'll hopefully make things a bit more viewer friendly. it's something I'm going to continue to work on and, you know, see what works, what doesn't, see what we can do to make things as enjoyable as we can for you. So, what's coming up in the future then? We're carrying on the technology side of things. In the first half of next year, I am planning on investing in a shiny new gaming PC, which I've been looking forward to for ages, but not been able to make it happen. So, first half of next year, that's the big goal there. That should help me improve the quality of videos I'm producing, and also allow me to play games that I currently can't, either because I don't want to play them on console, or I have them all ready for PC and can't play them because this one's a bit old. I'm also hoping to get a new microphone at some point, so hopefully we'll be able to improve the quality of my commentary. My headset's doing fairly well for the amount I pay for it, but it's not an expensive headset to say the least. So on the gaming front, well, I'm of course going to keep Fallout going. I'm very much enjoying the game. I've still got plenty of ideas. As I say, that will be Fridays and other days here and there as well. Got the prison build I'm working on at the moment. That's coming together, and once that's wrapped up I've got a few more ideas, and of course I'm certainly looking forward to hearing from anybody who would like to throw a few ideas my way. I'm also hoping the next few projects will be a little less repetitive than the prison build has been. So it's all concrete and very square, so hopefully it's been worth it, but we'll try and mix things up a little bit more. I've also been doing a few tips and tricks videos, and as and when I can come up with something I think is worth doing and hasn't been covered 100 times before, I'll keep doing that for you. Other stuff I've been doing is Mass Effect lately. I've been doing a Let's Play of, which has not been getting a right lot of love, which is a little sad, but not surprising given it's an old game. I'm going to carry on with that as well anyway, as I'm enjoying playing it, and it's giving me a lot of practice at this, so it's always valuable. Which leads into, nicely, my next new addition to the channel, which will likely come up at the end of the month, but it will come up at the end of the month. It's Final Fantasy 15, which is November 28th, I believe it comes out. As anybody who's watched my existing demo play will know, I'm not a big JRPG fan, and Final Fantasy either, so oddly enough I'm actually quite excited about this one. So we'll see what happens with that. Should be good fun. Yeah, I'm a bit of a novice at these things, but it'll be interesting to see what happens and how many times I get slaughtered in the space of 5 minutes or so. Hopefully I won't embarrass myself too much. A little further on down the line, I've got Mass Effect Andromeda coming out next year. I believe March is the provisional date, and Horizon Zero Dawn is another game I'm very much looking forward to. That's around about the same time. Later on in the year, we've still got the new Red Dead game coming out, and I really can't wait for that. Absolutely loved Red Dead Redemption. I'm very much looking forward to getting sunk into the new one. So those will likely be appearing on the channel as well, and we'll see what else comes up, what's coming out, and maybe some other titles will be making an appearance as well. As and when I've got gaps for them, I'd also like to include some older games on the channel, because there's some absolute classics that I absolutely love to go back and play again, and would quite like to put on the channel. Games that I know very well. So thinking Baldur's Gate 2 is an absolute classic that I love, and we've got Knights of the Old Republic. Definitely need to get some Star Wars in there, let's face it. Those sorts of things will likely be making an appearance as and when it sort of fits in, you know. So I think that's all the big stuff I wanted to cover for now. I'd say a massive thank you very much to everybody who subscribed to the channel, and to everybody who's watching my videos, particularly those of you who are sat through this one and are still listening to me ramble now. Please do keep giving me all the feedback and comments. Without a doubt my favourite thing about doing this, and I will do my level best to reply as promptly as possible. The support's been fantastic so far, and I absolutely love it, so please keep it up. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm trying to get more active on my pages related to YouTube. It's Twitter primarily, and also the Facebook page as well. You'll see the links at the end of the video. And yeah, get in touch. So thank you very much once again, and I will be speaking to you soon.